The cat is right behind me. So, oh, there she goes off the table. I was going to say every once in a while you might see her tail behind my head. But anyway, this is my disclaimer video. Our goal is not to ever upset or offend anyone, but our goal is also to raise food for ourselves and our friends and our family, and hopefully broaden our friends and family circle. So I always appreciate the animals that we raise. I give them names because I like to talk to them and I love them. Some of them, their purpose is to make more animals. Some of their purpose is to feed and nourish ourselves and our friends and our family. And I understand that some people don't like to think about where food comes from, or don't like to look at animals and think about how they get from where they are to your table. So I want to be sensitive to that, but I also want people to know that this is a farm and we do raise animals here with the intent for them to be food. So my goal is to make their time here as happy and healthy and comfortable, and to let them know how much they're loved and appreciated until it's time for them to serve their other purpose, which is to provide food for ourselves or our friends and our family. One thing that we've learned in the last couple of years is that no matter how much you try to plan for all of the things, sometimes nature happens. And part of nature is the life cycle. Part of nature is life and part of nature is death. And sometimes we don't control when that happens. For example, just last week when I went out to get eggs, one of our chickens was sitting down by the harrow bed and there were a bunch of feathers on the ground, and she was alive, but she wasn't really moving very much on her own. So we weren't really sure what had happened. So we moved her off out of, just off to the side where she was kind of sheltered. That afternoon, she was still pretty much in the same place. She'd moved a little bit, but hadn't gone very far. So we put her in one of our outbuildings and we made sure she had food and water, and we just kind of watched her for a couple of days to see, did she just get kind of scraped up, or were her injuries more serious? And it ended up that she did not recover from her injuries. So we still don't know what happened. I don't think it was one of our dogs. I don't think it was our cat. I don't know if it was a coyote. I don't know if it was another bird. We don't know what it was. So that's one of the things that I just kind of chalk up to, it was nature. It's part of the life cycle. I hope that we tried to make her as comfortable as possible and provide what she needed until she passed on her own. So again, some of our videos will be more of what happens naturally, and some of our videos will be the end result of why we are raising some of the animals that we're raising. And that is our way of showing appreciation for what those animals are here for. And again, it is never our goal to upset or offend anyone. but it is also part of what life on our farm is. So I will always try to put a warning or a disclaimer before any of our videos in case they are offensive to anybody. I know when we raised chickens for meat a couple of years ago, I was so excited because we ordered 133 chicks. They came in the mail, like we had to go to the post office to pick them up. And I posted it on Facebook, and I was so excited that we had all of our chicks. And I was also excited that they would be ready. That was one of the reasons that we got that breed of chicken, that they were going to be ready for processing in 8 weeks. And I just thought that was awesome, that that was what they were bred for and that was their purpose. And our job was to feed them and to take care of them for 8 weeks. And then they were going to feed and nourish us. And I posted that on Facebook, and somebody that I don't even know, that I think maybe was a friend of my aunt, left an angry face on my post, and it kind of hurt my feelings because I wasn't trying to be offensive. I wasn't trying to be anything. I was excited that we were going to experience this process and that the process had started for us. And they were some of the best tasting chickens I have ever had. They were also some of the most annoying animals that I've ever had to raise, just because they are so food motivated that the second we got to their pens, and they were in chicken tractors, they were on fresh ground every day. And that was one of the reasons that one of the benefits of doing this kind of chicken, that they were enclosed in a pen so that, you know, coyotes and things couldn't get to them, but that we could move them every day and they would be on fresh ground. So they were eating fresh greens and the bugs and all of the things. But this particular person, again, who I don't even know, who probably didn't know what we were doing or why, I'm assuming, or just doesn't like the fact that people eat animals, or maybe doesn't understand that the end product has to start as something small. But she was angry or did not appreciate my post. And again, that hurt my feelings because I wasn't trying to be offensive. I was just trying to document the process. So I hope to never offend you or make you angry. I'm just documenting our process, and I get excited about all the parts of the process, the beginning, the middle, and the end. So I hope you'll be as excited about it too. So thanks for watching. This is in no way a cooking channel, but I just have to say there's something really satisfying about knowing that the sausage and the bacon and the eggs that we eat came from here. We raised them. We don't grow eggs. I don't know, I don't know. We allowed the eggs to happen by taking care of and feeding the chickens, and although I don't have a garden this year, we've grown onions and potentially potatoes by accident that were already here when we got here, but I plan to have a garden next year, so knowing that this time next year that the majority of the vegetables that we eat, in addition to all of our meat and eggs, are going to come from right here on our farm is just really exciting to me. And if you've eaten our pork or chicken, you know that the flavor is different and it's amazing. And I'm just so happy that we can not only have it for ourselves, but can provide it to other people as well. And I just really appreciate all of you for watching and supporting us, so thank you. So I realized the things that I listed might have seemed kind of random. I'm making a breakfast casserole, and it's got sausage, bacon, onions, garlic, potatoes, eggs, and cheese. So I was just thinking of the things that are in this particular meal. I have the capability potentially, theoretically, of being able to grow all of this, or raise all of this here on my own, because I know garlic will grow really well here. Like I said, we've grown onions. We had volunteer potatoes, so I know we can grow potatoes. So, except for the cheese, because I don't know if I can actually ever make my own cheese. But, yeah, except for the cheese, I can make, raise, grow all the ingredients for this meal right here at my house, and I just think that's awesome.